Hey everyone, MJS back again. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I have an addiction to building things, right? And right now, what I mean by that is like building and structuring, starting new businesses. And even though I'm only 23 and I've never actually had a profitable business, well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, the main one that I have right now is profitable. So, but my point being, I want this small talk here to be about sort of like an update of where I'm at, and also, kind of the way that I feel about all of it. So the first thing that I would say is, I really have. So for the past, it is the end of June, 2019, and since the beginning of the year, and I would say honestly around the beginning of the year, maybe late December last year, 2018. So the past 6 to 7 months, we'll say, I have been just going crazy learning about different topics that revolve around like business. So Pennsylvania LLCs and federal taxation, like IRS, like all that sort of stuff. Everything that you would need to know if you wanted to, start a business in Pennsylvania, and everything that you need to go through for all that and everything like that. So, within these past 6 months, I have put together quite the structure and taken a lot of steps to really get where I ultimately want to be, all the while still working, a 9-to-5 job. So it's all about hustle. It's been a lot of watching people that have done it before me on YouTube, and really taking that advice and continuing to build off of it, and obviously putting my own spin on it, depending on what I'm kind of working towards or talking about. The big things that I find interesting, obviously business, finance, technology, marketing, personal development, all that sort of stuff. I'm not out here, trying to start something that doesn't interest me. All these things are really interesting to me. So that's the reason that I'm doing all of them. So it's gotten, like I said earlier, it's gotten addicting. I'm starting to understand like what being a serial entrepreneur might mean, because you just you do one thing, right? And again, I haven't even, it's just such a short time frame that I haven't even made a lot of money in any of these ventures, which isn't necessarily, I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing though either, because the cost to get in, the barrier of entry is so low for some of this stuff. I'll go through that, maybe I'll touch on it slightly, but I really want to make some videos on specifically all the things that I've learned, kind of condense it into one place, because you just learn new things every day. And if I can kind of get sort of like 1 or 2 videos that kind of encapsulates all that, I think that'd be beneficial for people. But you just want to continue to build stuff. It's like you make one thing and you have like a structure in place or whatever, and then you're like, okay, well, yeah, this makes a lot of sense, but I have this other idea that I really want to do as well. And when you think about it, and the cost is it's like $125 to actually get the LLC formed, and then most of this stuff through like your EIN and everything is free. To make all the part that I really enjoy, like setting up all the social media and everything, that's free. It's not about the money at that point. If you're able to do stuff yourself, and you're knowledgeable of different ways to do things online, you don't have to pay anybody, so it's just your time. And if that's what you like to do, then you're not wasting anything, because that's what you like to do. Why the hell would you spend your time on stuff that you don't like to do? So instead of just messing around and sitting down and doing nothing, I'm doing this stuff. So that's just been the last 6 months, and I've been extremely happy and extremely fulfilled. In the 7 p.m. to 12 12 midnight overtime, right? So having said all that, and kind of being where we're at now and everything, it's just like I said, it's kind of addicting. You want to continue to do more. And where I'm at now, to give it some more context, is I have a structure in mind, and I have like a holding company, and and I have different business ventures that I want to kind of stem off of that, right? So the one is the most developed right now is and the most like actually operating is my web design company. So it's technology. So it's web design. It's could end up being like technology support. It could be maybe social media to a certain extent, but I don't really feel like I want to manage social media. So that might be kind of like a scaling option. But Find It Tech LLC is my technology company, and I have everything set up there. I mean, like if you would see I'll even like provide that at some point, like not like all like specifically like the business details, but like the way that my mind works when setting some of this stuff up. Like I'm just so structure oriented that I don't know if there's anything else like I could have been meant to do, if that makes sense. Like again, we're not at the point yet where we're extremely profitable like on any of these things, but just the ideas and like where we're set to go, and we're moving forward every day. So I have no doubts, right? I know there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be hurdles. I'm going to make mistakes, but I'm going to learn from them. It's the failures are going to what is going to drive the success. So no doubts. It's just it's just time. So continue to work on all that stuff. But like I was saying, one idea is the technology, web design, everything like that. The next stream is going to be like sort of like what a lot of people do here on YouTube, even though you might not like actually understand it, is like sort of like a media company, and I mean it could take various different forms, but affiliate marketing. So you do product reviews, you have a link, people go to that link, you make commission off of that. Through Amazon or just referral programs, anything like that. Any sort of like ad revenue you would get from a YouTube channel. There's a bunch of different ways, but that would all culminate into sort of like the same bucket, I would say, and that's kind of how I have that laid out. So that's two. The third one is going to be a clothing brand, and I have to credit Max Tuning and Everforward Apparel, even though you can't see it on the shirt. I wear them in every video, though. This has been such an inspiration to me. Like the message behind this brand and the clothing itself, I mean, is fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know a lot about clothing. I'm mostly a performance kind of wear kind of guy, so it's probably gonna be in that realm. But I'm excited to learn more about it. I'm excited to continue to do that sort of stuff. And I have a lot of people in my life that could help me in that regard too. But again, it's something that I want to do. I have a strong message behind the brand, and it's near and dear to me. I talked about it in a different video. Brand's gonna be called Fueled by Progress. So, I mean, anybody who things like that resonate with, I don't know. You got to pick it up, obviously, and also, I mean, the clothing is going to be sick. So, and then the last one that I have going on, and the ideas and churning in my mind and everything is kind of being developed, is property management, and that's going to be a partnership, because that wasn't strictly my idea, even though I do think I can do a great job at that as well. ZPG, Zenith Properties Group, and that's gonna be something, because that's gonna be uncharted territory, and that's gonna be the most difficult. Not gonna lie, this YouTube and everything like that, the whole affiliate marketing, I would say that's not like super easy, but it's relatively low barrier of entry. pretty low cost and everything. I would say like the two things that you do that you kind of rank when you're building a business as far as like overall difficulty would be like the difficulty to actually like run and maintain the business, and then the other one would probably be costs, right? So how much do you need to invest in order to kind of get the business going and everything. And obviously property management, if you're buying your own properties, is gonna be the largest. So all these things running around in my mind, all of these ideas, and slowly making steps towards building that structure, starting to get the everything in place. I don't really plan on doing much more than that for a long time. I'm not kidding you when I say that all of those things are already pretty much set up. Now, I don't really know for certain, and honestly, I don't really care if that was per se the right way to do it. It was the way that I wanted to do it, and for a lot of different reasons. Biggest reason being like securing those names and stuff like that, because that's important to me. I think branding is always going to be important to me because it shows who you are, it shows what you're about, and stuff like that. I mean, if I didn't get Fueled by Progress LLC, I probably would have cried. So, just stuff like that, right? At the end of the day, I always tell people when they're naming things, it doesn't really matter. But, because like, what is a Google, right? Nobody knew what Google was before Google. So, it doesn't really matter at first, but it's still important to a certain degree. And really, it was about setting up a good, strong foundation and building a strong foundation for each one of those, and then moving forward and building on them. And again, that's just what I'm doing now. So the only other thing that I can think of is my girlfriend and I would like to do a podcast. So I think that's going to be called AM in the PM. So that's exciting. I don't know if that'll be a straight up business just yet. Probably going to be more for fun at first and kind of see where that goes. But I love to do a lot of things, right? And why not try to do those things as much as I can, and obviously benefit from them, with in establishing network relationships or wealth from those sort of things. And I really think that's where I'm headed and what I want to do ultimately. And I don't know, we'll just see how it goes. But that's pretty much how I feel about entrepreneurship right now, and why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, and where I want it to go, where it's at currently, and stay tuned. Stay tuned, because I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited. So I want to share that with everybody. And one last thing I want to leave it with is too, within all this, I want to really inspire people to do this as well. If it's your calling, if you don't want to do this, if you just want to, go to a 9 to 5 or whatever and then come home and chill, that is totally fine. I want to echo that. It's just not for me. 100% not for me. So, having said all that, I appreciate you guys watching, as always. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stay tuned, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.